doing? Welcome to Lock It in the Pocket. This series is practically about everything you just seen me do, which is me showing you, the viewer, how to do pocket. Pocket is staying within the confines of a musical song or just a rhythm. If you want to keep time by yourself, or if you want to play with a band or play to a track, pocket is very important to understand because that is what helps the song to go along. Once you know this basic, you can go on from there. Basically, the pocket is the biscuit. And once you know it, it becomes gravy. So, what you just heard me play to was a metronome and or a click. Playing to this helps me to stay within the confines of where I need to be. That way, God forbid I was ever to lose place. Once I have that inner metronome or I'm playing to a click, it helps me to get right back on track or helps me from falling off track. Doing this helps me to do exactly what I need to do as the drummer. It helps me to become better as an overall musician. So, as you just seen me play, let me demonstrate again playing to the click. Once again, the click doing this job makes it easier for me to do my job. A lot of times when we're playing to music, for those of us who are already playing, it can be, depending on what's going on, sort of tough sometimes to kind of keep the music focused. Sometimes we can fall out of focus, sometimes things can happen. Really, it could be a matter of anything, but I feel like as long as we're locked in, it helps everything else to get to where it needs to be. And that's why I practice pocket every time I get on the drums. That way, no matter what's going on, I'm able to really lock in. When I lock in here, I can definitely lock in here. So, the first thing is playing to the click. Once I'm able to play to the click, I can move on to other things, such as playing to a groove. Let me demonstrate that. So, I was able to play to that so easily because I started with the click first. A lot of times, I know it's easy for us to jump to the next thing, but we got to get the basics first. So my basic was playing to the click first. If I could play to a click, then I can definitely play to a track that has music with it. So, getting that first step is always just that, the first step. We have to crawl before we can walk. But on this journey with me, I definitely want to teach you how to crawl and how to walk by locking it in the pocket. So, I'll demonstrate one more time with the track. I would like to move on to another track that might be a little bit more involved, but still requires the same thing: pocket. Now, that was a very much more involved track than the first one, I know. But what I was still able to do within that situation was still apply the pocket, even though that was a very much more involved track. So a lot of times we can play the music or we can play the tracks and we can get distracted. That's very easy to do. But once we remember the main thing, staying locked in, locking it in the pocket, I promise you, that will help everything to be exactly what it needs to be. That's helping us to do our job. Similar to a job. So much going on, working in the store, for instance. People calling you here, people calling you there, your presence is needed here, your presence is needed there. You still got this to do, you still got that to do. But if you locked in the mindset of how you're going to get all of that done as best as you can, that normally helps the process to become a lot easier. Similar here. Despite what was going on the track, even though it was very tempting for me to do other things or maybe even match the energy of the track, I stayed locked in the pocket. And that's what helps me to do my job very well. Let's try another one. Okay, so there's yet another example of another track of me locking it in the pocket. Now, if you have any questions of what groove should I play, I feel whatever groove would match what's being played. That would be simplified enough to keep that groove. Now, what I did within that situation is I played the track playing back to me, but I'm able to match it by just playing a simple groove. That's what locking it in the pocket is all about. Not making it complicated, simplifying it. That's a simple groove played, I match it with a simple groove. So those are the requirements to locking it in the pocket correctly. So again, within the situation, I hear the track, but my mind is focused on the metronome, the click, and making sure that what I'm playing is supporting the click, as well as adding to the track. Another example right there. Now, I want to move on to one more. Same thing. Applying what I play in the pocket to what I hear. Sticking with the click, matching with the track. Remember, stick with the click, match or back the track. This is the first initial lesson of locking it in the pocket. This is what pocket is. Figuring out how to match the energy of a track while obeying the timing. That is what helps you to lock it in the pocket. Thank you.